We got to see the first trailer for Solo after a special teaser during the Super Bowl. Here's what it was.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10. I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Hey, kid. I'm putting together a crew. You in?
That's yes.
Now, this is a movie I've been a little concerned about since it was announced a while ago, because for one reason, we did have that shaky director toss-up where it was Lord and Miller, the comedy duo known for the Lego Movie and many great television shows and movies, with Ron Howard, who could be considered more of a safe choice. And I'm not really clear where one's influence ends and Ron's begins. And I also can't shake the feeling that, is this a story we needed to know? But then I kind of changed my mind as soon as I saw Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. I am crazy about the way he looks as Lando. I said this during the Super Bowl, like, I want a Lando movie. Make Lando a cape story after this.
Let's make Lando movie.
I want a Lando movie.
And you're right. Is it necessary to tell this story because we kind of established Han as somebody who before, you know, kind of like the idea of Yavin 4 and Yavin 4. He was not a hero, he was not good or bad, and then when he decided to help Luke, that's kind of like where his story began.
So what you're saying is maybe we see him as too heroic at this point, and he's not really a heroic character when we meet him.
Well, what if you watch them sequentially after a while? Like, why would there be an arc to that story if not?
It's maybe a little muddled. I mean, there are some things we can pick up from the trailer at least. He does not have his Corellian blood stripes, which you may know as those red lines that are down his pants that I have a replica of, which means maybe he hasn't earned them yet, or maybe he's ashamed of them at this point. It looks like he was kicked out of Corellian military service. In the old canon, this is because he kind of went against a senior officer to help his now best friend Chewbacca, who was a slave at the time. I don't know if they're going to reincorporate that due to, it's kind of hit and miss as to, you know, the Star Wars Legends being, or the former expanded universe being folded back into the new canon, or the newly decided canon, as it were.
And there are a few fans out there who definitely, you know, they preface it by saying, I don't want to be considered pedantic, but in the trailer, he says that he was kicked out of the flight academy, but you know, previously it was established that he had already graduated. When then he was dishonorably discharged.
Maybe they'll give him an honorable degree.
What do you think about the casting choice
of Alden Ehrenreich?
Yes.
I think he looks like Harrison Ford a bit, but I don't know if he has the same amount of charisma that Harrison Ford brought.
So are you...
Also, I keep accidentally calling him Ansel Elgort because it's just two AE names that are just incomprehensible to me, but that is a personal note.
So are you for or against the whole "not my solo" movement, the hashtag? Because that became a big thing.
I think that is a little pedantic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I can disagree with something, but then I just kind of, you know, don't get into it. I don't really care if it brings other people joy. Like, if it does, fine, cool. It's just not for me. That's generally my take on things. I'm still gonna watch it. I mean, there's no way I'm not going to watch it. There were some intriguing points in this. I don't know, you know, it seems like they're hinting to maybe they'll do the Kessel Run and explain what he meant by parsecs, which is a unit of distance and not time.
Well, they said that was a major leak from a Lego set too. Is that they, you know, there was a leak of a set that was the Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, and that's kind of why they assumed that was Kessel in the trailer.
That is something I am interested in, despite me saying, does the story need to be told? I mean, maybe it doesn't, but I would like to hear it, parts of it at least. I don't. The concern I have is the one you brought up, which is this consistent with the character building the way we saw it chronologically as we watch the films? And the answer to that is maybe not. maybe it's just all muddled at this point.
Well, if you think of the journey of the hero, the Joseph Campbell arc, that normally you establish with, prior to the events happening, and then they already happened, and then we already had that change, and we already had the character development in the previous movies, and now doing this prequel and trying to establish the same thing for this new version of Solo is a little bit confusing. I'm a little skeptical. I'm obviously gonna see it. Everyone's gonna see it. We're all gonna go see it. We're all gonna love it, and it's gonna be great. But I am a little bit skeptical about that too.
I mean, we'll have to see. It's coming out on Memorial Day in May, and we could all find out then. It's hard to tell with the trailer, but I think it'll be at least worth watching. Maybe not the greatest, maybe not the worst either. What are your opinions so far? Please let us know on our social media. That is on Twitter and Facebook, and if you want to, Instagram, but really more Twitter or Facebook.